TJAMZ. You can reach him at tjamsmusic.com. There he has a list of several songs you can write to, send it back to him, send him messages. He also does web design. You can also reach him here at the Next Level Entertainment Studios at 310-549-1113, 310-549-1113. Now, what I want you to know, the Arbonne products, these are soy-free, they're vegan, you don't know soy. You remember before they say, oh, soy's the thing. Oh, it's not the thing. Soy mimics estrogen, and for women that cause breast cancer and other organ diseases. So we don't want that. So stay away from soy right now. So these products with the Arbonne, they're pure and beneficial. We have a 30-day and beyond plan. We have protein shakes that you can use. We have chocolate and vanilla, and each protein shake is 160 calories. Now tell me what breakfast you are rated is 160 calories. You can use these as a replacement shake. You can replace one or two depending on how overweight you are. And you can also have, in this 30-day and beyond plan, there's fiber. So if you're not going to the bathroom, bowel movements 1 to 3 times a day with emphasis on day, then you need some fiber. You need to take fiber at least twice a day per Dr. Oz, and it works well with me. I take it twice a day. But you can throw the fiber into your protein shakes as you're going out the door. Now, the other thing that I wanted you to know is you have to make sure you're using the proper milks. You can't drink this 100% cow milk, whole milk. It's for cows. It's not good for us. It's not meant for us. It's called cow's milk for a reason. So you need to transition your children because there's an epidemic of obesity, including children 5 and under. That's terrible. They get the same adult diseases as we do. So get them off of that 100%. You can transition them to 2%, then 1%. If there's lactose intolerance, you can have them take lactose-free 2% and transition them that way. Get them to almond milk, cashew milk, rice milk, coconut milk, goat milk. All of these are better milks for you, and that's what you should be using in your protein shake. It doesn't have all those saturated fats, which is what you want to get away from because you want to lose weight, not gain weight. Also, we have what we call fizz sticks. And fizz sticks is just what it says. You know how you drink coffee in the mornings and, it brings you up and then it drops you down and you get a headache. Well, we have what we call fizz sticks. It has B vitamins in there. So it brings you up naturally and it sustains you throughout the day. You just cap off a bottle of water. You pour it into the water. And as you can see, it is fizzing. It comes in citrus and it comes in pomegranate. And then you just shake it up and you drink it and it sustains you throughout the day. This is part of your 30-day and beyond plan. So you drink this, you don't have to worry about feeling jittery and getting those headaches later because that's what caffeine does. It's addicting as well. So your body will crave it. So you don't need all that caffeine. So get you some fizz sticks. Now also we have what we call fizz chews, which is another type of fiber. They come in caramel, lemon, and chocolate. They look like caramel candy. So you don't want to just put them out for your children to grab. Although you can give them one to help keep their bowels regular. You want to make sure their bowels are regular as well. So check out your children's stools. If they're having balls or rocks, they're constipated, and so are you. So then you need to take more fiber or eat more fiber, which is a lot of fruits and vegetables. That'll give you the fiber as well. Now, also, we have what we call Digestive Plus, which means, you have to have good prebiotics to make good probiotics. 80% of your immune system is right here in your gut. And if you have all this weight around your gut, then you need to get rid of it. That's the most unhealthy part of weight gain. It also causes increase in cortisol, which then causes other problems in your body as well, and you just store this weight. It makes you very weak and lazy, and it impacts your joints and your whole system throughout your body. So you want to get rid of this fat, and you want to reduce your stress. Another way to do it is exercising. I'll show you how to do my easy motion exercises at the end of the show. I will actually be demonstrating them. Now, also in that pack is the we call this the herbal tea. It's a detox tea. It assists with detoxing your liver and your kidney, which is our 2 primary organs in our body that's our detoxins, right? So we want to keep that healthy, but it's also proven research that if you drink a warm drink with your meal, it helps to ease the digestion process alone. So why not have something healthy and help your GI tract get the moving? Also, we have a 7-day cleanse to help get you kick-started to get those toxins out of your body. So remember, you have to go every single day. Now, it also comes with a 30-day and beyond guide to help you with some of your meal plans and to keep you focused on exercising. So you can also put and pick and choose your 30-day and beyond when you go to the Arbonne website. So this is a good way to kickstart your diet. You know, instead of going on all these fad diets, keto diets, carbohydrate, all this stuff is all about just making money from you. And what you need to do is have and eat a proper meal. Get you some protein shakes or replacement shakes. And then just exercise every day and watch what you eat. Make sure you're eating the proper portions. Now, I'll get into that in a minute as well. Now, also, they have packs, individual packs you can grab and be on the go, chocolate and vanilla. You can take that with you. We have a protein shake bar bottle that you can mix your drinks out in the way as you go. Now, what I like to do is that the berries, I take like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Those are very healthy for you. So what I do for convenience and also to save money, right? Because berries go fast. So to preserve your berries, you wash them and you freeze them. So what I do is I blend them and I put them in ice cube trays and then freeze them and pop them into the shakes as you going out the door. And as it dissolves, it just makes a wonderful drink. Now, you can also change your type of berries that you use. You can use fruits and vegetables. You can use kale, avocados. You can put cucumbers, carrots in there, bananas, however you want to do it to change it up a little bit so you don't have the same shake every single day. So that gives you that sense of variety, right? Now, also, when your kids come home from school, you can give them a protein bar. It comes in dark chocolate with sea salt, cranberry, and pumpkin seeds, and it's only 170 calories. It also has a little fiber in there. Now, what you don't want to do is when your kids come home from school, they have a big tray of breads and cakes and donuts and candy. That's not what you want your kids to eat. That has no nutritional value, and it has a lot of calories, and it puts weight on them. You want to give them a little snack when they come home. You don't want to give them a full meal and then turn around in a couple of hours after you cook, give them dinner. That's way too much food for your child. Now, we also have supplemental vitamins for the men and women. We have the packs for both men and women. We also have the chewable vitamins for the kids. If your kids are old enough, they can swallow the whole vitamins. But we do have chewable because I have some adult sons that are still using chewable vitamins. So anyway, that's how some people are. We also have full control, which is another set of fiber you can use. Also, it comes with, we call this full control, but this is the endure because it comes with thiamine. It helps to increase your metabolism. So if you want to increase your metabolism, you need to be taking some thiamine. You also need to exercise. All of that increases your metabolism. Now, also, you know, the doctor always say you got to have 5 to 6 greens a day. Well, everybody know that's difficult and it ain't going to happen, right? Unless you put them together and put them in a blender. You can do that as well. If not, you can also put these in your protein shakes or put these in your meals, these greens, to make sure you get the right proper amount. Now, we also have calcium and menopause support. We have supplements for you. So we have everything you can imagine on the Arbonne site. Now, also, we have daily care products. We have the FC5 line, which is mainly 5 fruit cells, strawberries. We have mango. All these different things go into these products. But one thing I'm going to tell you that are not in these products is crude oil. Crude oil is used to make your car gasoline. So crude oil is, read the back of your labels, anything with petroleum byproducts, petroleum, Vaseline, mineral oil, or all crude oil. So you need to get away from that. That's toxin. That's like putting liquid saran wrap on your skin. And on your skin, it needs to breathe because you have pores, so it can help get rid of some of those toxins. So you don't want to do that. So read your labels, and you'll see if you have those on your labels, then that's something you should not be using. Petroleum helps to adhere things more to your skin. It's also a filler. So just because you have these large jars don't mean you're getting great products. If you go to Arbonne, don't let it confuse you, because the small products, the sizes don't matter because you don't need that much. Like the shea butter line as well. We have the bath gel and the lotion. I use it every single day. It's wonderful. You don't need all of that amount that you have, the amounts that you use from the stores, because they don't have all that crude oil in there. So you want to do the good things for you and your family. We also have the RE9 line. That's for when we get older. We have the wrinkles and the age spots and all of that. So we have it for the older women. We also have it for the older men, RE9 line as well. So men, you're not forgotten. Now it's important to make sure you drink the proper fluid. Excuse me. You want to get at least 64 ounces a day. But it's also important that you don't overhydrate, because you're going to throw your body electrolytes out of whack, which is your sodium and your potassium. If you drink too much water, those will be too high. You can have a heart attack if your potassium is too high. So you have to be very careful in those diets that tell you to drink more than 64 ounces a day. Okay? Never do that. Also, we have, for the Arbonne products, we have everything you can use. We also have a sensitive line for those women who are sensitive. Sometimes Asian and Hispanics tend to be a little bit more sensitive with their skin. Or if you have allergies, then the sensitive line is what you should be using. We also have the men's line, which I was telling you about, the RE9 for the older gentlemen. They have soap and cologne. We also have deodorant, which I use, which is wonderful. I mean, everything you can possibly think of daily, we have it. Now, for the men, we have what we call a pre-dur. It's a balm, pre-balm, where you put on your face. It helps to prevent the hairs from turning in to the skin, men, and this is what causes the bumps. And then you have the shaving gel, and then you have the after balm, which helps to lubricate and make your skin feel well, and you don't have all that redness after you shave. When you go to the barber, they throw alcohol on your skin. That's not good for your skin. It deteriorates your skin. So you want to get some of this stuff, man. I guarantee you'll never change to anything else. We also have the CC line. We have liquid. We have powder. We have also mascara. We have eyeshadows. We have rouge. We have mascara. We have the eyeliner, which is what I like to wear every day. We have lipstick and lip gloss that I have several of those that I wear every day. We also have the chapstick for your lips. It's in shea butter. It's just wonderful. We have also, these oils are very good for you, and lavender tends to help you relax. So if you want to get one of those mists that creates the mist for you for the oils, that's fine. It helps you to relax. Also, peppermint helps to curb your appetite. So you can put just a drop or two in some water. Don't put too much because then it gets too strong. And you can smell it. It helps to curb the appetite. So go on Arbonne and search those oils. We also have a line for detox. We have of the skin and the hair. We have a line for the babies. We also have a line for the teens, for acne. We have everything you can imagine daily that you can use. We have those items. So check that out. And remember, there's no crude oil in those items. So now, also I want to let you know about, I used to love strawberries. But strawberries have a lot of lectin in it. Lectin tends to irritate the GI tract. And then what it does, it releases those toxins into your system, which causes more problems, right? So that's not what you want. So I don't eat strawberries anymore because I can't really get the strawberries out unless you cook them for at least, pot boil them for 10 minutes like you do your pinto beans. So if you're going to use the crock pot, make sure you pot boil your beans first to get the lectin out of the beans. Same thing with the corn on the cob. You want to pot boil that for at least 10 minutes before you put it into the steamer, because that lectin is very hard to get rid of. Now, another thing I want to remind you guys about is to make sure you use brown. Brown is the key to your foods, because anytime you have white rice or white flour, white bread, there's no nutrition value at all in those products. They have totally stripped it away, and all you have is white. The main reason they like to sell white flour, white bread, because it's lighter and it's fluffy, and that's why a lot of bakers like to use them. But it's not healthy for you. So brown rice, there's brown tortillas, there's brown noodles. Get more brown in your meals. That is more healthier for you. Now, what I want to talk to you about is serving sizes. This is very important. So, what we all normally do is half our plate we put complex carbohydrates like rice, noodles, pasta, potatoes. That's wrong. Half your plate should be vegetables. Vegetables. Vegetables or fruit, or you can do combination. Now, complex carbohydrates like the rice, potatoes, the noodles, and the pasta is only 1/6 of your plate. 1/6, not a half. Also, you should have 1/4 of lean protein like your chicken, your turkey. Also, your fish is excellent, especially salmon. It has the most omega 3s and 6 there is in that fish, which is healthy for your heart. Keeps your arteries clean, helps to keep your blood pressure down. That's excellent for that. Now, if you're going to eat beef, make sure it has the largest percent of lean. And if you can get the grass-fed, it would be even better. Don't fry food. Stay away from fried. There's too many calories in there. It doesn't matter. Try to stay away from fried food. Now, also, 1/12 of your plate should be those healthy fats like your guacamole, your cashew butter, your almond butter. Those are the healthy fats. Now, I want to tell you something about these bowls. You know how you say, oh, let me grab a bowl. This will be everything for the meal. I ain't got to worry about it. It has the rice, it has the meat, and it has some vegetables. But remember, 3/4 of that bowl is rice. And what's your serving size with the complex carbohydrates? 1/6 of your plate. So most establishments don't even have brown rice. Some are starting to, but you have to ask for the brown rice. Make sure you don't get 3/4 of that bowl with the rice. You don't need that much. So let them know, decrease the rice, give you more of the chicken and the vegetable. Let me show you why there's a big difference with these bowls. Now, that's a bowl. Okay, it's going to be hard for me to get this on this plate. Every time I try to do it, it's very hard because it's way too much food. Right? So, no 5-year-old should be eating 3 floors worth of food. That's way too much food. If your food is off the first floor, I call it, you got too much food on your plate. It's way too much. So you have to make sure that you're watching what you eat. Now, for the kids, if they're already overweight, they should be eating their fruit and not drinking their fruit. So don't be buying them apple juice and orange juice. Buy them fruit. When they come home, they should have a bowl of fruits and vegetables. Those baby carrots are great. They come in bags, the small one or the large. You can get a little of that ranch and dip it in there. It's a great snack for your kids. Fruit has great fiber, so does vegetables. Greens as well, your kales, your spinach, your turnips, your collards. All of those are great for you, your children, and your heart. Those are great things to give your kids for us, increasing the fiber. Now, if you're having some swelling problems, you can eat the natural diuretics like your cucumbers, your watermelon, your honeydew melon. Those help. Those are natural diuretics. But if you're truly having swelling problems in the lower extremities, your feet and your ankle, I suggest you go get a physical and talk to your doctor about that. But you also want to decrease the salt intake, which holds the fluid. So you should not be eating salt. Use other seasonings. There's plenty of herbal seasoning, lemon, and also cinnamon. Cinnamon is a great anti-inflammatory to help you. So is curry. So it helps to decrease the inflammation. Now, what I want to talk to you about is the CBDs. CBD comes from the cannabis plant, but you have to be careful about CBDs. So I'm going to let you know how to pick your CBDs and what you should do. And treatments. There's very beneficial treatments that CBDs have done and proven research to cure and ease the problems. And also to prevent cancer from progressing to what they call metastasis, meaning from the original site to multiple sites. So I retrieved this information from Medical News Today webpage by John Johnson. Also the helpline webpage by Julian Kukula. She's a registered dietitian. Now, how it's made, I'm going to tell you how the CBD oil is made. It is made by extracting the CBD from the cannabis plant, and some of them now call it sativa. Then they dilute it with a carrier oil like coconut or hemp seed oil. Now, the difference between hemp and CBD, I have a show that I did that you can watch on that. But the hemp comes from only the seed of the cannabis, where the CBD oil comes from everything else, the leaf, the stem, everything else. Now, it is also gaining momentum with the health world, right? The wellness world, because for some science studies, they're confirming that it may even help treat a variety of different elements that I was telling you about that. So we're going to talk about that, the elements, like you have chronic pain and anxiety, and also, now, let's not confuse CBD with THC. THC is the trihydrocannabinoids, which is this part of the cannabis is the one that alters the brain. You know, it gives them, it's psychoactive, meaning it gives them a high, it gives them euphoria. That's not what you want in your CBD. Now, that's the THC is what is associated with marijuana, right? But CBD is not psychoactive. So it relieves pain and other symptoms without the mind-altering effects. Now, there's like 7 health benefits of CBD oil. And it's backed by scientific research. So this is proven research, scientific evidence. Now, pharmaceuticals don't like this because they want to monopolize and make all the money. Why? Because it's money. So they don't like the part that some of these treatments are good for you. It's natural, but they don't want you to use it. But we're working on that. So millions of people take or they use cannabinoids to treat a variety of symptoms, but it's used in controversy related to what is the side effects of human body. Now, they say there are some side effects like diarrhea. That's usually the problem with that. It could be consistent. Sometimes it can change your appetite or make you fatigued. So the best thing to do is talk to your doctor before you start any medication so he can discuss and compare your medications with the CBD products. Most of the time, it should not be a problem, but still discuss it with your doctor. They try to ensure your safety, right? That's what the doctors are for. Now, there's 7 approved treatments. 7. First one is pain. Marijuana has been used to treat pain as far back as the 2900 BC. Yes, that's before Christ. That's a long time, right? Why are we just not discovering this? This is crazy. The human body contains specialized system called endocannabinoid system, which is involved in regulating a variety of functions, including sleep, appetite, pain, and our immune system response. So we already have these CBDs in our body. That's why CBD doesn't have many side effects, because we have it in our body already. So now they're doing research to prove this. And why? Because of money. So that's part of the problems. Also, the body produces endocannabinoids, which are neurotransmitters that bind to the cannabinoid receptors in your nervous system. So it likes it because we already have it. That's wonderful. Now, it relieves pain at surgical incision sites, reduces sciatic nerve pain, and a lot of us suffer from that. Sometimes it's so bad you can't even function, right? So this is one thing that it does help, sciatic nerve pain, and also inflammation. Study has shown that relief from multiple sclerosis, wow, this helps them as well. Isn't that wonderful? It's probably because of the neurotransmission systems that's why that helps with multiple sclerosis. Also with arthritis, remember we talked about how it decreases inflammation. CBD in combination with THC, which we talked about, which is the mind-altering chemical, is effective in the treatment with multiple sclerosis and rheumatoid arthritis. So you would need to talk to your doctor. You would have to get certification for you to have that because you need it in combination, the CBD plus the THC. So you need that both for those particular ailments like multiple sclerosis and rheumatoid arthritis. Now, it also reduces anxiety and depression. And that's a big factor for us nowadays. A lot of people are depressed, and if it's not, they have a lot of anxiety. Stress, remember, it increases the cortisol around your midsection. So we want to decrease the anxiety and depression. Now, depression, now it says that the mental health disorders that can have that, depression can be devastating on your life, right? If you're so depressed, it's so debilitating that you can't even get out of bed. So, according to the World Health Organization, depression is the single largest contributor to disability worldwide, while anxiety ranks sixth. Anxiety and depression is usually treated with pharmacological drugs, which can cause a number of side effects, including drowsiness, agitation, insomnia, sexual dysfunction, not good for the men, right? Can't get an erection as well. And it also gives you headaches. So when you're taking those medications, men, you always have to consult with your doctor because it may make you impotent. So you need to have those conversations with your doctor. Now, also, benzenoids can be addictive and may lead to substance abuse. Like your Ativans, your clonidine, all of these are narcotics. So people tend to abuse those, and you can get addicted to those type of medications. CBDs are more natural way of treating those different ailments because CBD has the ability to act on the brain receptors for the serotonin. And a lot of the antidepressants will increase the serotonin because some people are missing the proper amount of serotonin, which causes you to be depressed. So CBD, it works on the brain receptors for the neurotransmitters that regulate mood and social behavior. That's a lot. That's very significant. Now, here's another big one. It can alleviate cancer-related symptoms. Now, as a nurse, we've been giving marijuana pills for years because it helps with the nausea and vomiting symptoms that the patients tend to get from chemotherapy. It also helps with glaucoma. But now it's another proven research that CBD plus THC was found to relieve cancer pain. CBD reduced the side effects of chemotherapy like nausea and vomiting. CBD has 0.3% of THC. That's the legal amount, and we'll get into more details about that later. Now, there are some severe causes requiring a combination of CBD and standard treatment. You may have to get some of your chemotherapy plus your CBD and THC, but you talk to your provider about that, and they can have a discussion on what the combination will be, or just CBD and chemo. So have that discussion with your provider. Now, there are studies that have proven effect in killing breast cancer cells. So breast cancer runs in my family, and I have the BRCA gene. So if I do get that, trust and believe, I will be doing my CBDs and CHC if needed, okay? Because I want to save my life. So there is evidence that happened. And from my other research that I found is that for breast cancer, like I stated earlier, even other cancers, that once it starts, say, originates in my breast, but then it travels to my abdomen and then my brain. That's metastasis, meaning it goes to other parts of the body. Okay. Now, it may reduce acne because it affects is more than 9% of our population. The CBD helps to reduce the inflammation properties and the ability to produce the sabinous glands. That's where all of that stuff piles up in your face and causes acne, right? So that helps to reduce that. It has an acne agent of inflammatory ketones. So that will help people with acne, our teens. Who knew, right? Now, another thing that it can treat is that it may have neuroprotective properties, which has been proven with epilepsy, there's a lot of states that have approved the use of CBD because of epilepsy. Epilepsy, it does control it, and also with multiple sclerosis. Now, for epilepsy, patients with seizures were reduced by 36.5%, utilizing 9.9 to 2.3 grams of CBD oil per pound. That's per your body weight. Wow, that's significant. 36, that's almost 37% actually, reduction in seizures activity. Isn't that wonderful? Who wants to have a seizure? Nobody does. So this is a great proven research for people with seizures, epilepsy, and multiple sclerosis. Now, what happened is the FDA has approved, they approved on 6/25/18 the use of purified CBD. It's called Epidiolex for the treatment of two rare forms of epilepsy in children 2 years and older. FDA has approved that. That's fantastic. FDA is committed to collaborating with federal and state agency researchers and product development on advancing this type of information for the treatment of people with those different disorders. That is just wonderful. So FDA will not back it unless there's proven research. However, some people did have some convulsions, fevers, and diarrhea. Now, it says it will only reduce it 37%, but that's still a lot. So I think that's still pretty good. Now, each treatment affects everybody differently, so your doctor has to monitor you and then make adjustments depending on how you respond to the CBD. All man drugs have pages and pages of side effects. Whenever you get a medication from the pharmacy, it's the law that they have to provide you with a list of all the side effects so that you are aware of the side effects. It would be it would be easier with the CBD, right? You don't have to worry about all that crap. Okay, CBD improves the quality of life and sleep quality for Parkinson's disease. You know, that's the one that Muhammad Ali had after boxing. He got Parkinson's disease. So if he would have lived longer, he would have probably heard about this to help ease some of that. Some studies have shown that decreased inflammation helps to prevent the neurodegeneration with Alzheimer's disease. Well, you know, my mom just passed from Alzheimer's. It's a long, slow process, and it causes a lot of stress on the family, and it's very difficult in the end because your family member does not recognize you. That is very hard and very stressful. So I hope they do advance these treatments because a lot of family members are losing their family members because of Alzheimer's. It could benefit heart health as well. The ability to lower blood pressures. High blood pressure is linked to several disorders like strokes, heart attacks, metabolic syndromes. This is something that can help. Why not use it, right? Given 600 milligrams of CBD oil per day, that's the recommended dose. It has been proven that CBD reduces anxiety, inflammation, and cell death associated with the heart disease. Cell death. See, when your cells deteriorate, everything else deteriorates. So this will help keep the cells from dying. CBD decreases blood pressure because of those factors. So if the cells are not degenerating and decreasing and dying, then you have those same cells that will help you and keep your heart strong. CBD reduces antioxidant stress and prevents heart damage with diabetic patients. This is also very important because we have an epidemic of diabetes. Why? Partly because we have an epidemic of obesity. Anytime you're overweight, you can easily transition to a type 2 diabetic, which I had, which made me get healthier and made me exercise. So you want to prevent that. And children are in that too because there's a severe epidemic of obesity. So parents, do the right thing. Teach them how to eat. Get the right foods into the home. Now, another thing, there are several other potential benefits of antipsychotic effects that help patients with schizophrenia and other mental health disorders. by reducing psychiatric symptoms. Wow, that's a biggie right there, because then it stops all those EPS, meaning all those side effects that they have, tardive dyskinesia, all those permanent symptoms you can get because you're taking medication to treat your mental health symptoms. Also, it helps with substance abuse treatments. It modifies circuits in the brain related to drug addiction, can reduce morphine and heroin seeking behaviors. This is excellent. So, of course, they're going to continue the research. Also, we talked about anti-tumor effects. This is the cancer piece. Most of the time when you get cancer, they're abnormal tumors. So it helps to demonstrate anti-tumor effects. It has been shown to prevent and spare breast cancer, prostate cancer, brain cancer, colon, and lung cancer. Now, these are some of the research that's have been done to determine the different types of cancer. So that includes, again, breast cancer, prostate cancer, brain cancer, colon, and lung cancer. So you definitely want to talk to your doctor about CBD treatment if you have one of those diagnoses. I would talk to him, period. I don't care if it wasn't on the list. It seems to help. Diabetes prevents, it has been proven in animals that diabetes will be reduced by 56%, significant reduction in inflammation. So more research is required. So if we can get 56% in animals, hopefully we'll get some of that percentage in us, right, to help decrease the diabetes, which deteriorates all your organs, and then eventually you have system failure and you die if you don't stay on top of your exercise and your eating and your diabetic regimen. Now, pharmaceutical companies, they're reluctant to investigate these resources that to because it decreases drug purchases, right, or drug uses. Especially chemo, it's so toxic. It not only kills your good cells, but it kills your bad cells as well. How to purchase? You can purchase your own online. You can have your doctor write, a prescription for whatever ails you. There's like 100 different types of cannabinoid plants that do different things. But based on the U.S. Farm Bill in 2014, which classifies industrial hemp as containing less than 0.3% of the THC. And that's what I was telling you about. They took it off the narcotic list, so now it's not the drug enforcement that will now enforce that on hemp. Now, hemp, remember, it only comes from the seeds. That's the only thing that's legal in some states, but not all states. Now, it has to be 0.3%. They allow the U.S. federal law to show, this is something that's new, right? Now, this includes personal opinion about drug companies. It's all about making money. But you want to make sure you go to a certified dispensary to make sure you're getting less than 3%, because anything over 0.3% that has the THC in there, you can get arrested. You can get detained. So you don't want to take it to the airports. And if you're a nurse like me, I'm waiting to see if they're going to approve it. There's talk about a bill possibly January 2020 that they will try to remove the CBD from the narcotics list and take it away from the DEA and then put it under the agricultural farm bill, which will make it then legal. So they're working on that process, so stay tuned for that. Now, it has been used in medicine for over 30 years, CBDs, like I said, as a nurse, we used it for glaucoma. It helps to decrease the nausea and sickness. It also helps to increase the appetite. But like I say, you have to make sure that you check on the laws in your state. And if you're traveling, the laws that you're going to, the state you're going to. Some laws is legal. Colorado's legal for everything, but everybody's not in Colorado. Arizona too. There's a few states. So on my prior show about the difference between hemp and CBDs, you should watch that because I did list the states that are legal that you can use. But right now, you have to also be careful of your hemp products that you purchase. Read your label to make sure that there's no CBD in that product, because a lot of greedy manufacturers are adding CBD in your hemp products, which at this point is not legal. So please read your label before you purchase online, or go talk to your doctor and go to a dispensary which is certified. So you will not be getting more than 0.3% of the THC, which is in the cannabinoid oil. So, and the difference is you'll be able to tell the difference because CBD, the oil is like a light yellow gold color, and the hemp is green. It's totally green. So you can definitely tell the difference between CBD and hemp oil products. Hemp is going to have the green color, where the CBD only has the lighter gold, yellow, brown looking color. So that's the difference. It kind of looks like cooking oil, like olive oil. So if you see a product that says hemp, but it looks like it's looking like olive oil, then you know there's CBD in there. Hemp is green. It comes only from the seed. CBD, they take it from the whole cannabis plant, including the leaves and the stem and the stalk. So they use everything for the CBD extracts process, but they do not use the seeds because that's the hemp. So there's, like I said, there's different types of marijuana, different types of CBDs. So you just have to, right now, if it's not legal, you need to play it safe and make sure you check out the laws within your state, because I don't want anybody going to the airport knowing that it's legal in Colorado, and you come into California and that THC is more than 0.3%, and you get arrested and detained. So please check out the percentage of the THC in the CBD product that you buy to make sure it's less than or not greater than 0.3%, because then you get into trouble with that. But isn't that wonderful that we have another product that we can utilize, that we already have partly in our body, that we make every day? We have the endocannabinoids. So that's why we respond to the CBD, which is the cannabinoid, the sativa plant. There's different specialty plants that they use. But it's wonderful, and the body's responding to it because it is aware of what it is. That's why it responds. So you want to make sure that you talk to your doctor first to make sure you have the discussion about how it's going to interact with your medication. More than likely, they'll say yes, because it's very little interactions with your regular medications. Some people get headaches, some get diarrhea, and a little nausea, but I mean, compared to sometimes 6 to 10 pages of side effects that every other medicine gives you, wow, that's significant. You're still on not even 2 sentences, right? Compared to the other list of medication. So you have to talk with your doctor and decide, but it's wonderful to see that there's other natural options that we can take and use for our body. Especially if you get the diagnosis with cancer, you definitely want to talk to your doctor about using CBD, because CBD helps cancer. It also helps to stop the metastasis, meaning going from one organ to the next. So that's a good thing. It actually says it kills those cells. So talk to your doctor about those situations. This is a wonderful research, and check with the laws January 2020 to see if they bring it into law. But always know your law before you do your purchase, and know your ingredients before you purchase. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and I'll be back. We're going to do some easy motion exercises. So I want you to do it with me. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay.
Wanna know, can you get down? Wanna know, can you get down? Wanna know, can you get down? Down. Wanna know, can you get down? Down. Wanna know, can you get down? Down. Wanna know, can you get down? Wanna know, can you get down?
Okay, welcome back, you guys. So remember, I promised you I was going to be demonstrating the exercises for you. And what I want you to do is rotate them, okay? So I'm going to give you exercise you can do while you're on the couch, lying down, sitting, or standing. So same thing you do on the couch, you can do it lying down. So if you're new at this, then you can put your back up against the arm of the couch. And then what you want to do is hold your ab in and do your sit-ups, right? So depending on how big your ab is, or you get used to it, then you have to make adjustments, but still hold your ab in. Get more advanced, you can scoot down more, right? Hold the ab in. Every time you do exercises, hold the ab in. And then when you get really advanced, you can go all the way, right? Hold the ab in. So you want to focus on your ab when you're doing your sit-ups, layups. Okay, now let's get into some more routine we can do on the floor while we're lying. Okay, so like I said, if you're not used to moving, then you can use the green band here. This is a resistive band, and you can buy these at any sports center. And you can put it under your feet to help you out, help you move. So this is if you're not used to moving yet. So you can use the band to help your leg, move your leg up. Now, if you don't need it, then don't worry about it. So you lift your legs up and down. And I like to do 3 sets of 10s, or you can do 3 sets of 5. Then you can get to the point where you do both. But either way go, you have to always hold your ab in, right? So, nothing you can do for this inner thigh. You know when it be rubbing together when you be walking? For this inner thigh, like I said, you always hold your ab in and you just open and close. But always hold your ab in. But when you're holding your ab in, you still got to breathe. So don't stop breathing. Just hold your ab in. Okay? Now, another thing you can do is isometric, is let go, hold it in, let go, hold it in, let go, hold it in. You can do that while you're sitting down at your job. So another thing you could do is bring your knees up, bend them, right? Open them up. Same thing for this inner thigh. You just open and you just close, right? And you can always work your arms while you're doing different exercises. You can also do what we call pelvic tilts. So lifts. So you put the palm of your hand face down and you lift up. But always remember, hold your ab in. And then you can either hold it here for 15 seconds, or you can just do 3 sets of 10s, or you can do 3 sets of 5. It just depends how you are to exercise it. So you'll know because you'll feel it. So don't think you won't. You will. Now, another thing you can do leg lifts. You can lift. You can't lift too far. Go where you can go. Eventually you go all the way, right? So it depends on where you are is where you're going to lift, right? And then you get to the point where you can do both of them. So hold your ab in and lift just off the floor. Hold them in, right? Or you can go up and down, right? Then you can go higher and higher, right? When you get better, right? And then go all the way, right? And then it is more pressure and tension on your ass when you go slowly. So you want to hold your ab down and go slowly. Hold your ab in. Instead of going down, you go back up. Now that's when you get a little bit more advanced. You're not going to be doing that at first. So don't get mad at yourself because you're not used to exercising, but that's okay. Get going. And then what I do, also I call these running lifts, right? So you hold your ab in and you're just going to be running, lifting your heels up off the floor, doing this and holding it. Remember, it's 3 sets of 10s or 3 sets of 5, right? And then you can do both. When you get good, you can do both, okay? Always hold your ab in. Now, another thing you can do for people who have back problems like myself, you can lower your leg. Now, don't turn, just lower it to the side. You can do 3 sets of 10s or 3 sets of 5, and then you can go lower, right? This helps to get you more limber as well. So you do it more, right? And then you go lower. So you want to push yourself as you accomplish your first lowering, right? So you want to push yourself a little bit more to eventually be able to go down to the floor, right? So, but depending on, your exercise level and your limitation, you may not be able to do that. But you go where you can go. And remember, you have to do both sides. Both sides on each thing that I'm showing you. Both sides. Now, nothing you can do that's good for your love handles and your back is with 2. You can't go all the way, go a little bit. Remember, you got to hold your ab in. Then you go further, right? Then you go a little bit further, right? And a little bit further, right? And you hold it there. Oh, that's a wonderful stretch. So if you're doing them with me, you'll be to feel that stretch on the opposite side. So then remember, it's both sides, right? And then you can hold it to stretch. So if you're feeling pain in your back, oh my goodness, this is good to stretch it out. This is very good for that. And it's good for those love handles. So you're going back and forth, right? Remember, you got to do it on both sides. This is what you got to do. So I'm giving you exercises that you can rotate. And remember, you got to hold your ab in whenever you do anything, right? Okay, so let's do something else with the bands. You can get a resistant band and tie it. You put this just above your knees, right? Now, turn over on your side. Now, what's important about this exercise is that you make sure you roll your hips over. So your hip can't be right here. You have to roll it over. So what helps me is to put my arm over here. That helps me. And then you can lift your knee. Hold your ab in. You can do 3 sets of 10, or 3 sets of 5, or you can hold it for 10 seconds, or you holding your ab. Either way it goes, it's 3 sets of 10, or it's 3 sets of 5. Then you can lift it straight out, right? You can do 3 sets of 10 right here. Everything is while you're holding your ab in, though, right? And then when you get done with that one, you can put it back. But make sure that hip is rolled over. Remember that. Roll that hip. Not like this. Roll it over. That's important. So put that on there, right? And then do 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 5, right? Okay. Great. Got that one. Now, this is a good one for the back fat, the back of the thighs. You know, those moon craters in the back when you look in the mirror. Look like you got moon craters on, you know, all that cottage cheese back there. And that buttocks. You want to lift that butt, right? So get on your tummy. And you want to lift your leg. If you can't go all the way, go where you can go. If you have knee problems, you might not be able to go too far. But that's okay because you're moving. And then if you can go further, then you go further. So that's up to you if you have restrictions. Like me, I have a full torn meniscus, but you know, if I don't exercise, I hurt more. So I exercise so I can feel better. So you can do that too. That's good for that back of them thighs, buttocks, and that back fat. Okay? Now, we're gonna do some exercises that we can do standing. Now, what's important is that you develop your core, meaning your stomach, your hips, and your thighs, right? So you have to make them stronger. Now, don't get disappointed if you can't hold your balance for 30 seconds without holding on to the chair. It took me a while too, but then I had to keep practicing until I got it. So you make your abs hold you up, your abs and your buttocks. But for you, when you first try, you can have a chair there. So if you lose your balance, you can go to the chair, right? Don't be disappointed if you can't hold it. It's okay, because I couldn't either until I started doing it and developing my core, right? Okay, so, and then you do it on the other leg as well. Remember, everything is both sides. So this one is a little more difficult because I have a full torn meniscus. But I'm trying to use my hip and my abs to hold me up. But this one I had to hold on to sometime because I have a full torn meniscus. But you still got to exercise, right? You got to do your best. There you go. So I want you to work on that and do that every day. Now, since we're here standing, another exercise is for those lateral thighs, right? So you can stand and you can do lifts. If you're not used to it, you can do low, and you go medium, and then you go high. And what's important is that the chair shouldn't be moving with you. This is just to give you some assistance. But when you're weak, you might have to hold on a little bit and do little ones. Remember, you always got to hold that ab in. That's what gives you that balance and that strength. Okay? And remember, you got to do it on the other side as well. Both sides. Don't cheat. Both sides. 3 sets of 10s, 3 sets of 5. Now, you can do more. That's fine. And remember, you're going to be sore because you're not used to doing it. So don't feel bad. But after a day or two, get back in the exercising. Okay? Now, another thing you can do, I call these squats. So what's important is that your feet are far apart. Your feet are far apart. And then you have to act like you're sitting. That way it takes that pressure off of your knees. Okay? So I'm going to go to the side so I can show you what I'm talking about. You get a broad stand And you're going to sit and squat. And you come up. Right? So you got a broad stance. You're going to stick your butt out. This is the one time you're going to stick your butt out when you're exercising. So you're going to stick your butt out just like in a sitting position. But I'm not going to do too many of those because I have a torn meniscus. But now you know how to do it. Now another thing you can do, you put your chair until you get strong. You got to make sure your chair is not going to move when you're sitting. So make sure it's properly against something before you do it until you get stronger, right? So these are squats. If you're just sitting down and getting up, what you do at work, right? But remember to stick your butt out when you're doing it, because then it takes the pressure off of your knees. So these are squats. You can even do this at work. When it's time for you to take a break, you stand up and you sit down. Those are squats, right? So that's another thing you can do. Now, if you have back problems, you have to make sure you do exercise slowly on certain ones. And I'll get to those in a minute. But these you should be able to do. You can get some weights and you can march. You can march in place. It's no big deal, right? It's just like walking down the block. You just set a time limit and you just march. And then you can go higher and higher, right? You can go higher and higher. Okay. Now, remember, you got to go slow. I got back problems. Now, these are what I call standing sit-ups. So, what happens if you got back problems, go slow because you can get spasms. So, you have to move slow. So, you're going to go to the middle. If you can't go all the way, then you go to your calves. You have to go to your knees, then your ankle, then the top of your feet, and then the floor. And at the end of your exercise, this is good to stretch your back out, to just stay here for like 30 seconds as well. So remember, to prevent back spasms, you got to go slowly. Go slow, right? And then I want you to go to the side for those love handles on the side. So you go to the side. So you do the same thing to the side, right? And then you mix it up. Go to the center. Most of the time, the center is the largest piece of your abdomen. It's right in the middle. So you still want to work all the different parts, though. But so if you can't go all the way, that's okay. So go to the center, right? Go to the side. Go to the side. Remember, it's 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 5 every time you do something. Okay, now let's go to some sitting exercises. Okay, so remember I said you're going to be able to do exercises lying, couch, sitting, and standing. So here's the sitting exercises now. So just like we did laying for this inner fat right here that rubs against your thigh, right? You're going to just open, close. Wow, how easy, right? I know it kind of looks stupid, but it works. Those thigh masters, they put them there, and that's what they do. They have a resistive type of bar, and you open and close there to work that inner muscle. So this does work. So don't laugh about it because it does work. Now, you can do the same thing. The chair sit-ups, which is easier on you if you have back problems. You can do the chair sit-ups. So you can do them lying, you can do them standing, or you can do them sitting. So it's the same concept. So you go down. Everything is holding your abdomen. And then you go to the side. Right? So it's the same thing. But you're sitting. But you're moving. And it causes less back spasm when you do it sitting than to do it standing. Why? Because you have a longer way to go down. Where in the chair, you're half the way. So you might want to start that sitting down. So you can do the same thing. Now, you can also do a lift. So you lift your leg. Remember, you got to always hold your abdomen. Lift your leg, straighten it out, bring it back, and put it down. The same thing. Remember, you got to do the same thing on both sides. You got to do both. You can't just do one. You got to do both sides. So you feel yourself getting tired on the right. Okay, slow down, but you got to get to the left. But you got to get these in. Okay? Now, you can also do lifts individually, right? Just straight up. And you can be working your arms at the same time. So you can use some weights while you're doing your leg lifts. Remember, you got to hold your ab in and make sure your back is either on the floor, if you're on the floor, on the couch, up against the chair. Because you don't want to work your back. That causes pain. You want to work your abs. So hold it in. And if you don't have the weights, well, hey, get you some water bottle. Important to drink fluids too. Get you some water bottles. And if you have shoulder problem, you can rest them on the armrest. And you can be doing that while you're doing your lifts. Now, then you can do lifts together, both legs at the same time. But usually you got to get a little stronger for that. So you holding your ab for sure to help you. Keep your back up against the chair. And then you lift both. Lift them up. Both of them, right? Now, when you get better, you can go even higher. But at first, just get them off the ground and just lift both of them together. Okay? Now, another thing I want to show you, like for your arms, remember this is, if you got limitations, these are easy workout, easy motion. So you get the resistive band and you tie it in the middle, so then you have both, right? So if you want, you can still rest your arms here to protect your shoulders and then pull out, hold it for about 5-10 seconds. Or you can do 3 sets of 10. Make sure you go all the way back where the elastic band is stretching. Come back slowly. Don't let it just go like that. Now, when you control it, it's better. It's more efficient. It's better for your muscles. So I know you may not be used to this, but just do it slowly. Don't let it just spring back. That's not good for you. Do it. Control it back in. Okay, that's one thing you can do for your arms. Okay, now, another thing you can do for that little hanging fat right there, right? So, because of my shoulder restrictions, what you can do is you can lift to your shoulders right here, right? So your elbows are sticking out right there. And then you go up. So 3 sets of 10. You can do that. And then remember, it doesn't matter if you're just doing your arms, hold your abs in anyway. Because your abs are your core, your abs, your hip, and your buttocks. So you got to get them stronger. Now, you can use water bottles or a can of vegetables. Now, what I want to show you about, this is my other new buddy. Well, I guess I've had it for about 1.5 years now. It's a Peddler. They got a new product out too. But this particular one I've had for years. So if you can't get the new products, the new product, they have like foot rests on them, so your foot can glide, where this has a pedal. Doesn't matter which one you get, as long as you get something and get started. It has a way that you can change the resistance. It also has a speedometer on it, so it tells you how far you go. So if you have knee restrictions, you want to make sure you put the pedal out further so it's less tension on your knees. So then you can just pedal. Now, you could be watching your favorite show. Power's coming back. I can't wait for that to see who shot Ghost, right? Or Greenleaf, or any of your favorite hero shows like The Flash or Superwoman, whatever your niche is. You can be pedaling, moving your arms, using your weights. By the time you get to that third commercial, you've done 30 minutes. And if you do the whole show, you've done a whole hour. Hey, that is fantastic, right? So these are the things that you can do in the mornings and in the evening. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you is when you're standing up, right quick, let me just show you that right quick, is that when you look at your calf, you do calf lifts. So lift up on your toes. And I do this while I brush my teeth, right? And you can get in 80 to 100 before you even go to work while you're brushing your teeth. So it's secondary time, right? That's what us nurses know about. So that's another thing you can do. And the faster you go, the more you can get in, right? Okay, so that's something you can do while you're brushing your teeth in the morning. That's another thing you can do while you're standing. Now, while you're sitting, you can do the same thing. You can get up on your toes, and you can just, I call them running marches, right? So you can run in place. You can do that. Otherwise, you can do the pedaling, and then also you can use the peddler to work your arms. Put it on a table in front of you, and you can work out your arms. Same way. So this is a dual use type of item. Now with that new product, you can't do that. But with these old-fashioned ones, you can do that. You can put it up and you can work your arms. That one only allows you to work your feet and your legs and your buttocks, right? So when you're pedaling, even the kids like it. So like I said, if you got knee restriction, put it out a little further. Because if you're close, it puts more pressure on your knees. But if you put it out a little further, then it takes the pressure off your knees. So, and you can just pedal. So this works your thighs, it works your buttocks, and it works your abs. Isn't that a wonderful thing? All while you watching your favorite program. Now, what you need to do is, in the morning, you urinate, empty your bladder, put your scale on the floor, not carpet, on the floor. Weigh yourself one time. You can measure your arms. You can measure your breasts. You can measure your abs, your thighs, your calves. And then don't weigh yourself anymore. Because what happens is when you start developing muscle, you weigh more. So don't do that. You'll see the inches starting. Your pants are getting bigger. You'll start seeing your veins you ain't seen in years. You get dense and different definitions in your muscles you ain't seen in years. And you'll be like, wow, I didn't even know I had all that, right? Because it's up under the fat. So just keep working it. Don't worry about weighing yourself. That's stressful. Just eat healthy. Remember the serving size. Make sure parents, you're eating with your children. If they're already overweight, give them a glass of water first. If they're not used to eating vegetables and fruit, give them the fruit first. Sit with them, have their same portions so you can watch them eat. Don't eat too fast, because you eat too fast, you eat 3-4 times more than you should be eating. Now, remember the CBDs, it has a lot of good treatment remedies for it. They're still doing ongoing research, but consult your provider. I'm excited about the CBDs. Look for 2020 to see if there's new laws that are released to help protect us when we get the CBDs. But for now, know what it is in your state so you'll know what you have to do to safeguard yourself. But it's a wonderful product. You can use hemp. It's legal. Hemp is legal. So you can use hemp products. They also have a good fish oil because they have omega-3 and 6. So I'm going to get me some of those. Now, to reach me, you can reach me at healthyliving.company. There I have different items. There I have Keita's Egg Toast. You can click on Arbonne, go to the Arbonne products. You can also reach me at Next Level Studios at 310-549-1113. 310-549-1113. The producer of the show is T Jams, TJAMZ, and you can reach him at tjammusic.com. There's a list of songs. You can write lyrics, send it back to him. He also does web design. He also does the music for all my live broadcast shows. You can reach him at the Next Level Studios as well. 310-549-1113. 310-549-1113. Okay, so I see you probably next week. So in the meantime, eat healthy, stay healthy, and exercise. Okay, I'll see you next week. See you later. Thanks for watching. See you later. Be healthy. Bye-bye. Stay healthy. Bye-bye. Happy New Year's, everybody. Stay safe.
Music is life, and I'm married to the game.
You got me going crazy.
I'ma bring the heat. I'ma bring the heat. I'ma bring the heat. Put me on the radio. I'ma bring the heat. I'ma bring the heat. What you wanna do? I'ma bring the heat. Music is life. Put me on the radio.
You got me going crazy.
I'ma bring the heat. What you wanna do? I'ma bring the heat. Put me on the radio. I'ma bring the heat. I'ma bring the heat. What you wanna do? I'ma bring the heat. Music is life. Put me on the radio.
You got me going crazy.
I'ma bring the heat. What you wanna do? Music is life, and I'm married to the game.
You got me going crazy.
I'ma bring the heat.